Christmas. It is December 25th, and it is the official end of your Detroit Lions season. Yes, we do play next weekend, but it's all over. This can be called the official SOL broadcast. We will be reading your Rage super chats and regular chats. So get your super chats in if you're with us during the watch party. We've got over 100 entries in the system. We're going to be giving away a Cade Cunningham rookie card along with a Desmond, the guy that, thank you, Desmond Howard. Giving away, what's that?
Heisman.
Desmond Howard, one of his rookie cards, giving away a Barry card as well. Over 100 entries, so keep those coming in. We're going to be reading them. I'll read some of the good ones, even if you don't get a super chat in there, but a super chat does get you an entry. Oh, by the way, Rookie of the Year, first time on the desk, my man Cam, Sweet Potato Cam. How you doing, my friend?
Sweet Potato Cam. Not too keen after that loss there, but otherwise, trying to stay merry on this Christmas here. Little baby Jesus' birthday.
It is baby Jesus' birthday. Shout out to D-Mac coming in and joining Justin as well as Spenny for the watch party. Of course, Cam, I'm pretty sure we've got a cot set up for you here somewhere. My man lives here. Listen, right, man, you can call this one fumble gate, mistake gate, turnover gate. The Lions looked like straight ass today, and I've made excuses for them. Now, I am SOL Anson. I've told you guys these guys are SOL until they make it to a Super Bowl. But at no point did I think that this team was going to go so far backwards as they have this year. This team is 500 right now. 500.
Yikes.
8-8, man.
Way too many turnovers. Was not easy to watch at all, with the exception of that last drive at the end of the first.
Hurting today, aren't you?
Yeah, it's
hurting today.
We're licking wounds.
All right, guys, I am going to pull up the post game here and look into the chat. Let's just talk to you guys. I mean, we could sit here and break down this awful game, but I don't think anybody really wants to do that. Get your super chats in. Those will be read first. That guy, Matt 12. Oh, no. We suck again. I don't think that we suck. We certainly sucked this year. I think that some of the player personnel choices were wrong. I think the idea that we were good at certain positions was clearly wrong. I think some of the coaches we hired were dead wrong. I think we're going to see some dead weight being cut out of Detroit, out of Allen Park. But, yeah, man, this whole season was disastrous. I don't know what happened to Penei Sewell in this game. I don't know what his health is going to be. I don't know what happened to Amon-Ra, one of those last plays. I don't think he should have even been in the game at that point. But we do still have a great young core, a well-paid young core. But I don't think that this team is done. I don't think that their window is done. I think that we have a major offseason. And I think the Lions fans have been a lot more honest with ourselves. Maybe not me. But most of the Lions fans have been pretty honest with themselves as this year started to crater in the second half. And there's some serious changes ahead of this team. Yes, absolutely. Where would you – Merry Christmas, Justin. We appreciate you, brother. Where would your biggest change be that you need to see for this team? I want to hear from you guys in the chat. What's the biggest change that you need to see for this? It could be offensive line. It could be a certain player. It can be, admin, coaches. What's your biggest change you need to see? How about you, Cam?
Anson, I feel like we have to emphasize preparedness here. We need to focus on depth. Coaching, who are we going to fill into that offensive OC position there?
You can't choose them all, brother. You got to give me one. You want one thing that's got to change, like the first thing, the most desperate need that this team needs in terms of change.
Offensive line.
Offensive line.
Emphasize that O-line. The success of this team was built around Jared Goff's success. He ain't getting time back there. We're not scoring touchdowns.
No doubt about it. I think a lot of people would agree with you, Cam. Coach Adam Taylor, the $2 super chat. DC calls plays like he has glass eyes. See you, Spenny.
Spenmo
Rex.
Mo.
Very Merry Christmas to him. Make sure you catch us tomorrow, 5 to 7. He will be holding it down for the heavyweights. Another super chat in here earlier. Big one, $5 from Base Gyron. 38-89. Did I just see Max Bosmer belt the Lions, laughing my ass off? Well, Vikings are back in ownership of the Lions. Balance is restored to the universe. Clearly, this is a Vikings fan. Listen, man, we held your team to negative pass yards until the very end. That little, first down play to Justin Jefferson. And you guys still beat us by basically 2 touchdowns. Yeah, I can't even push back on that. I expect to see a lot of the Vikings fans in here. I wouldn't be surprised to see some Packers and Bears fans. As it is official, your Detroit Lions have been eliminated from the playoff hunt, obviously out of it in the NFC North as well. Keep the super chats coming in, guys. You guys are firing them in here. I'm trying to catch up with these are just some normal ones here. It's not the coach. I disagree with those comments. The offensive line and the injuries elsewhere. Cap, when they can't make holes for our guys to run through, we're in trouble, and we're in trouble. And Cam said it. He wants a new offensive line. He wants an offensive line that reminds us of what we've had for the past few years. Cam, for me,
how do you feel, Anson? What do you feel like needs to be addressed? Numero uno here.
I think there's a list of things that people want to point to. One's obviously our quarterback. People love to get on Jared Goff. The offensive line is an obvious one. We got a lot of young guys on that offensive line. I do think that they will deal with that in free agency as well as the draft. And then we've got a couple of guys that were thrown into the fire this year that should be better in year 2 and 3. For me, though, I really think that the coaching changes and hires here spun this team far more than I was willing to admit or accept early on. We were treated to a hell of a run, 6-1 to start the season. K. Shep looked like a really good defensive coordinator. Didn't look like we were missing Ben Johnson too much. But then the wheels started to fall off. And the moment that you saw Dan Campbell take over play call duty, you just saw that this team had their back against the wall. So for me, I talked about it yesterday with Shep. I think that this team had the opportunity to be kind of a premier destination, that launching pad for a coach to come here that's ready to be a head coach. Come here 1 year, take us to the Super Bowl, help us win it, cash your check somewhere else. So for me, I don't want to see them try in-house guys because the in-house guys didn't work. Somebody like Johnny Morton, been taking a free paycheck for half this year, got to go as well. I want to see them come in with the same kind of flurry of names and excitement when they first came here, when Dan and Brad first were hired, and you saw all of the former players that they brought in, and some guys didn't work. Some guys were lost that year, but what the Lions did was they settled in. They found a couple of those young guys that at the coaching position, they were ready to be great talent. Ben Johnson obviously looking great right now. We'll see what AG is able to do in his second year in New York. Packers own you. We see you, Green Bay. Anson, better learn the names of who's on the Red Wings. Lions are done, bub. The away fan. No. Sorry, dude. It's not happening.
And what college they went
listen,
to.
I know the names of the hockey players. I don't know where they went to college, though. Let me ask you. Can you tell me where Beef Stew went to college? And then get back to me on that one. So it was Ben Johnson. Lucian Stanka says. Trade Goff for Burrow. He's not happy in Cincinnati. With him, a couple free agents and good draft picks equals Super Bowl. Mike Burnham. Mike, if you guys saw, we've talked about quarterbacks in the offseason. It'll pale in comparison to what we will be hearing this offseason. Guy like Lamar Jackson might be on the market. Joe Burrow is definitely going to be moved. I think the problem for me with that one is you look at the Jets and what a bad franchise like that is willing to give up to get a franchise quarterback. I think that they will break the bank to get them. I don't blame them. But, man, Joe Burrow would look nice in Hollow Blue, wouldn't he?
Wouldn't we love to see that? Oh, my goodness. Jeez.
No doubt. We talked about Lamar as well. You look at Zay Flowers. To me, Zay Flowers is J-Mo. I think J-Mo's better. I mean, maybe he's not. I mean, I know Zay Flowers has actual production over years as a number one, but to me, you look up and down the Lions' offense with the weapons that they have, and if you bring somebody like Lamar in here and you give him that kind of run game, you give him those kind of weapons, obviously you're going to have to give him some time behind an offensive line, but I believe that the coaches at this point in Allen Park, they see what a glaring weakness and problem that this offensive line has been this year. Look, Dan Campbell came out here, and we were talking all week. I wasn't on board with this, but everybody's worried about Monty liking some tweet. I think he liked it because he wants the ball more and because he wants to win, not because he thinks Jahmyr Gibbs was getting too much work. But Dan came out here completely committed to the run game, and they couldn't really get it going today, Cam.
They could not get it going. I did like the amount of touches Monty did get, and they were able to string together an entire drive that converted to a touchdown. But shoot, I mean, let's be honest. Nobody's winning games with 6 turnovers. Nobody.
No. And I mean, you still were in this game somehow despite 6 turnovers. I think I heard something on the broadcast saying that it was the first time that they've had more than 1 turnover, or maybe it was more than 1 fumble since week 7 against Tampa Bay. Obviously, they were able to come back and make that not an issue for them. Big time issue today. I joked about the Matt Flynn reach around game. I've been calling it that ever since it happened to us. This was the Max Bosmer reach around game. Not that he really did anything. Right. It was the Lions. It was the Lions that did everything. The Lions absolutely gave this game away. Miscues. I mean, so many different penalties. I think that early false start penalty that stopped that very first drive, that was garbage. You'll see that all over Twitter. The man does not move. I don't know what they saw, but you see 2 fumbled snaps. You see Jahmyr Gibbs, a guy that doesn't fumble much, fumbling. The ball was all on the floor all the time. It was on the mat all day long. And if it wasn't, they were throwing picks. I think he threw 2 today, so a terrible day for Jared Goff. I think that Jared Goff is very, very fortunate, and the Lions too, that they get one last chance to take this bad taste out of our mouth next week in Chicago. Now, I think most fans think we have no shot considering the way that we've been playing. The team that beat the Bears 55-22, that team doesn't exist anymore. I mean, we've got Jalen Mills and Michael Johnson, or I don't even know who these guys are as our safeties. What do you think about our chances in Chicago next week?
You know, Anson, I feel like it's not looking good. Percentage-wise, I'd say 35% chance of winning.
I think that
in Soldier Field.
I think that some people would actually think that that's a little high right now. I know that Spenny's been pretty adamant. Lions have no shot. They are not anywhere near as good of a team. It's amazing to see the Lions that took belt to ass to Chicago in week 2, how far they've gone down while the Bears somehow continue to go up. It's just something that I did not expect. I didn't believe in the Bears. You know how I feel about the Catfish. But let's get back to the chat here. Super chat coming in from Anthony Belmer. We need a good OC this offseason and fire the strength coach. Yeah, the strength and conditioning coach, whoever the hell you are, you should move out of the state. Like, I've never seen so many injuries to a good team in one season. A couple more super chats here. Keep them coming in, guys. Let me look here real quick. We have, how many? 135 entries. I should probably grab those cards. I have them. I've Cade Cunningham rookie card, Desmond Howard rookie card, as well as a Barry Sanders card. Got to get you something for Christmas. I haven't given away
what
those
you got
cards in a
going
while.
on with the super chats over there now, Anson?
We are going to catch up with them, and I'm trying to find this last one. Here we go. We got Jared Goff, Manhood, threw in $1 in the super chat. Richard Pinkston, this was embarrassing. We can't run at all. We are terrible. Hey, Brad, you moronic fraud. Are we still good, bruh? I got some receipts for you, Brad. How do you let the powerhouse of this team fall apart? Huge shout out to Richard Pinkston there with another $10 super chat. Crushing it. You're going to get another 6 entries in for those cards there. The super chat that I've been saving here, which is, it's a hell of a question. And it's coming from I Ain't Say That. I Ain't Say That wants to know. And I'm going to ask you this first. I want to hear from the chat. Anson, does this team still trust Dan Campbell? Cam, do you still trust Dan Campbell?
I do.
Do you think this team does?
I do not think the entire team is all the way in anymore.
It doesn't feel like it, does it?
Doesn't look like it. Yeah, it does not pass any eye test. to that degree.
And today was it was glaring. You know, you look at the Philly game, you lose by 1 score on the road to the defending Super Bowl champs. You barely lose to a Green Bay team that looks really, really good. You throttle again the Bears. You go to L.A., a team that everybody likes as the NFC favorite, and you're right in there until the very end.
Yep.
This game exposed this team. This game does not allow the Lions to go into the offseason without a siren and a red alert and a caution. Peligroso. This is a dangerous moment for this Lions franchise. They are still in their window, but they have to make some moves this offseason, again, both with coaches and personnel, because I do think, I didn't say that, I think that they trust him. I think that maybe there's some people in the locker room that they've lost. Yep. But ultimately, the moves that they make this offseason will either restore or damage the confidence that the men in the locker room have there in their leader, Dan Campbell.
Today looked like they fell off a cliff, Anson. I mean, I don't even know how else to put it. It was disgusting.
Yeah, garbage time and team this year, says DJ Analyst number 1. What do you spin, DJ? Super chat there. He says, go Pistons at the end of that, man.
Let's go.
And, I can't wait for the Pistons to get back to it. Did you watch any what'd you watch at home today? Just all football, or did you watch some basketball at all?
Basketball. I caught some of that Knicks game there.
Hated the way that ended.
Yep. That was about it. I did catch a hair of that Spurs OKC game also. Heard the Spurs came out victorious.
Marked Royal 4186. Anson, we still money fan or still new money? I don't know you well enough to make that assessment, Marked. Yeah, I watched bouncing back and forth, playing stick in our Dynasty Championship. You guys have heard me and him talk about that for 6 years now, 5.5 years now, and he's never won. 16 years in, it's a 17-year-old league. I got 2 rings, and I'm trying to get my 3rd today, but he put in Ja'Cory Cross-Game-Merritt, the guy named Bill, known as Bill, and he had a nice day today. So it's been a frustrating day. Honestly, I really thought we were going to pull this game out and keep it alive and just keep the intrigue going for another week. But that's not what happened here. The chats are coming in so fast, I'm having a hard time keeping up with them, guys. I'm just going to grab some and read them. Rando Smalls, it's hard to overcome that 12th guy again. Anzo, Monty, Raymond probably playing last game next week. I don't think that Monty is. I do think that Anzo is. I don't think that Anzo is going to get the offers that he had hoped he would be getting. I think that he didn't have a great season, and I think that he's over the 30-year mark. I think he'll be 31 this year. So that's a guy that I think that there will be a discussion process between the team and Anzo. You could see him back. I would put the odds of him being back at about 40%. I think Monty, I think you're going to see. I think that he'll still be here, Rando. Khalif, though, I mean, where's he going to go? Is he going to retire? You see the guy still is effective. I don't think that, was it Mallet or the kid that we drafted in the 6th, 7th round to be our gunner / return man of the future. We haven't heard his name much. I wouldn't be surprised to see Khalif Raymond back. I would not be shocked to see all 3 of those guys back, Rando. But if it is the end of the line for any one of them, I wish them all the best. Those guys truly have been fantastic. Some unsung guys that came in here and have been great. Get Jake Slaughter for center, says American Boxer. The Vikings still suck ass, says Sideless. Ben Johnson is worth 5 first-round picks, Tonio says. Should we be compensated? I don't think that's how it worked. Steve Blanchard.
I don't think so either.
Steve Blanchard, he didn't even use the initials, Cam. He used the same old Lions. Where are you on that? Are these the same old Lions for you? You got a little more experience watching this team.
These are not the same old Lions.
Okay.
We're having a one-off year here.
Same old ending.
Very well. Yeah, this is a different. This is a modern day script, but it's not the same old line. I do not believe that. Strong core. We saw success. We have felt the success. We're just gonna have to come back and reload. Be better prepared.
Well,
and then we'll be really good.
Losing season was not on my bingo card, so the Lions need to go out to Chicago and spoil Ben's porridge They could be 9-8. That would be 4 straight winning seasons. You just don't see that. Junior Tip, probably a Chicago Catfish fan, says the Lions are the real Catfish. I think the only thing that's going to be quicker than the end of the Lions season is the Bears playoff run. That shit's going to be fast, buddy. Don't blink. Because when you guys get that real schedule next year and you got the target on your back and you start seeing the Catfish cry and because things aren't going well, we'll see next year how you guys feel about your franchise. Trolling aside, based Zyron says, I think that next season is the very last chance you guys have at winning it all. Missing your shot in 23 and 24 was a killer. No, you're not wrong about that. It was absolutely a killer. These guys, the administration of this team, Dan and Brad and Chris Spielman and everybody else, they've got some big-time decisions.
Yeah, what do you think's going to happen there? Are they all going to have another powwow, get them all in the same room together?
I think Johnny Morton's gone. I mean, we haven't seen or heard his name or have any reason to talk about him since he had the play duties called for or taken from him. I think we saw Dan overwhelmed. I think we saw it in certain halves of games since he took over the play calling where he just looked flustered, where he'd let 14 seconds tick off the clock before he took a timeout. I think we saw some really bad play calls that just were missed plays. Not a bad play call, but the timing of it was terrible. I think that sweep that they gave to Gibbs today towards the end of the game when we had a chance to come back and win, take the lead, I hated that one. And I think
that's the first thing that came to mind right there.
Yeah. For me, the play calling has to go to a surgeon. It's got to be an expert. It's got to be somebody that knows they're a year away from being a head coach somewhere, and they want to put those skills on display with a potent, dangerous offense. I think that what we saw in the second half of this season was this offense in hands that couldn't handle it. There was too much on Dan's plate. KP, K-Shep, he's just not capable of getting the best out of an injury-depleted defense. Hats off to AG, because Aaron Glenn, I thought he came in here with an absolute backwater, garbage, second-string JV defense his first few years. Then he got pretty good. Obviously, he dealt with some injuries, but the fact that he was still able to capitalize on that 15-year season with super similar, arguably worse injuries to the defense last year than what we've seen this year. But I think the big deal is losing your offensive line, having Ragnow retire, having somebody like Laporta go out where it really just changes the dynamics of your offense. They have to bring in somebody, to your point and to the Super Chat's point, an offensive guru. We don't have that since Ben left.
So true. We're seeing it play out in Chicago. How much of an impact he had on our success.
He's gotten the best out of Caleb for sure. I think you saw early on in the first month of the season, even though they were winning games, Caleb was trying to be a hero, and he was doing a lot of hero ball. And I think that Ben's done a fantastic job of limiting that. I'm still just shocked that we are in the position that we are in right now. I got a few more notes going through the game here. I'm not going to keep you guys crazy long tonight. Shout out. We got 1,200 of you in here. I know that we've got one more week, and next week we will be downtown. Pre-game, of course, Sean and Neil will be handling it from second best, and then we will be down at Gillies for the watch party with the heavies, and then myself, KG, Jeff Walker, Justin. I'm sure Cam will be there. The rest of the crew will be down there for the final game. And really, it's a spoiler game. And it's a fight to stay with a winning record for the season. I know 8-9 and 9-8 don't mean much when you're not in the playoffs, but it would be nice to see this team have a fourth straight winning season. Panay went down. Love to get somebody in the chat if you guys got some updates on Panay or on Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'd like to get those. Got to talk. We're about halfway through the broadcast here. Let's talk about the halftime show. Snoop D-O-double-G, boy.
Snoop Dogg.
I was getting all kinds of messages in my fantasy threads. How do you guys feel? Was that the best halftime show you've ever seen?
I don't know about best halftime show I've ever seen ever, but for Christmas, You goddamn right.
It was great. I thought it was really good. How you guys feeling about Snoop Dogg and that halftime show, man? I don't get into halftime show, but I'm like, all right, I'll stick around and see what Snoop got. First song, the next song, I'm like, I'm sticking around.
Production was off the chain.
And they brought those 3 female singers out. Ooh.
And he dabbled in all different like genres of music too. It was good.
Johnson BT. What excuses, bro? Answers with excuses. I've made no excuses for this team today. I have had faith all year long. While you guys were cursing me out for saying this team's SOL until they make a Super Bowl. Before last season, I asked you if they have a first-round exit. Are they SOL? You all said yes. And then first-round exit, now you said they're not. Then I went a step further. I said, if we miss the playoffs, that won't happen. They're SOL? Of course they're SOL if they miss the playoffs. And now they miss the playoffs. And people still don't want to say they are SOL. This regime is new. We have the best and most exciting players on both sides of the ball, like the most on one team that I can recall in my time as a fan. But they can't fucking get it done. Bobby Lane said it best, man. This team ain't going to fucking win for a long, 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 long time. And whether it's a curse, whether it's SOL, I don't know, man. Whether the refs and the NFL just fucking hate our franchise. Year after year after year, we're left with the same lunk of coal in our fucking stocking. It's brutal, man.
Yeah, it's
you reeling today? You heard?
It's not easy being a Lions fan. And just today, the way they lost, who they lost to, the fashion in which it unfolded. I mean, just in the way the season ended.
Yeah, dude. Start Hendon Hooker next week. Let's see what he has. I think he just signed with the Tennessee Titans or somebody else. I believe he just got picked up. I'm seeing a whole bunch. Trade Goff and Gibbs for Jalen Hurts. Wow. Lions looked like trash in another big game. SOL. Laugh my ass off, Dave. We don't have Hooker anymore. Well, we could go get him. Who knows? Oh, my goodness.
Kyle Allen?
I can't believe we're talking about Hendon Hooker in this town.
Is there going to be a Kyle Allen sighting in Chicago?
Alanka Fall, bad coaching, bad QB. Chisholm 7119, SOL. Stats are overrated. Situation of football matters. That's probably replying to somebody. Anson changing up from what he said yesterday. Hell yeah, I'm changing up from what I said yesterday. I was fucking wrong yesterday, Mark. Here you go, bud. We got some fucking cookies that McCarty left. If you want, I can put them in a little box. We'll send them your way, bro. I was fucking wrong. I thought they'd win today. I thought they'd stay alive for another fucking week. I thought that we'd get flexed to Saturday night and actually go and beat the Catfish, and then we'd fucking get our hearts, our necks slit and our hearts ripped out by the Packers on Sunday, and they win, and we're out. Like it happens every fucking year, bro. You trying to gotcha me? I've been telling you this team SOL until they get to a fucking Super Bowl. But I can still be optimistic. I can still eat cornbread and drink fucking Kool-Aid and tell you when we're not eliminated the day before Christmas that I got high fucking hopes. I know you watched the game with the same hopes, dog. Anyway. Harold Wisely, Anson is correct. SOL and big game, that matters. This guy is a jerk. Common sense. Thank you, bro. Merry Christmas to you too as well. Dan Wisco, 6566 with the $5 super chat. You're getting 2 entries to get that Cade Cunningham rookie card at the end of the stream. People didn't like Ben's attitude. A stickler, but he's a dick when it comes to details. Did you see sloppy football today? Has Chicago looked sloppy? I can't argue that, man. The first month or so, they did. You look at how sloppy Caleb looked last year. Fast forward 2 years, this guy has, I believe, the fewest interceptions of any quarterback in his first 2 years. That's precision. That's execution. That's Ben Johnson.
Yep. Efficient.
It is.
Very efficient. Set him up for success.
King Neptune says, I swear like Adam. I rarely swear, bro. They put me on the 2 to 4 when we were on Fox 2, and I could never swear, so I got to get a couple off, man. I got to get a couple off. Lions just lost, bro. Lions just lost. How many receipts is Brand Holmes giving out this year? CD5448. I got to be honest, brother. I think all of the receipts are on our end because apparently we good. Not so much. I never wanted Goff here in the first place, but y'all did, and now y'all are stuck with him. Trey Finesse 81. Offensive line play calling trash vanilla, James Bass. Amen. I would say that both sides of the ball, the offensive and defensive line, have been pretty trash. Today, the defensive line actually got home.
Well, the defense kept us in the game, though.
No doubt. They would have had, bro, I mean, what?
How many sacks did they finish with, though?
But we gave up, I believe, 17 points off turnovers.
Right.
So, I mean, what's this, a 6-10 game if we could take care of the ball? I mean, honestly, they got in their own way so many times today. They turned over the ball 6 times. That leads to almost all the scores that the Vikings put up, and it just completely voided our offense of any kind of tempo. In fact, we haven't seen tempo for this team in their 3-game losing streak. A team that had not lost back-to-back games in, gosh, how long it's been. Chisholm 7-1-1-9. Watch how it's done, Detroit. Watch Chicago get to this Super Bowl. I hope that you come back after you guys lose in the first round at home. Like, your team is not built for the playoffs. Your team is nowhere near as good as the other teams in the playoffs, aside from the Carolina Panthers. So it will be quite a rude awakening for you guys. But, hey, hats off, man. Wait till next year. Trade Gibbs, says Steve Campbell. Nicky dude, Goff should buy me a gold cart too because he ruined my Christmas. I feel that, bro. I feel that. Josh Salas, who would be our new QB, guys? And Josh, I think that's one of the big things that it comes down to. You know, I'm an older cat. A lot of the guys that work here are younger cats. Their whole lifetime as Lions fans, the only quarterbacks they know are Stafford and Jared Goff.
Is that a trip, though?
That's a trip. Yeah. So anytime they start going off and be like, get rid of Goff, I just start sending in pictures of Ty Detmer and Bob Gagliano, fucking Scott Mitchell, and all these other losers that would, don't hurt on Charlie Batch too much. You always bring his name up. Charlie Batch got a ring. But yeah, man, you look at it and it's, over the last 4 years, you can't argue with Jared Goff's body of work. Now, if you put a different quarterback in here with all these weapons, we don't know exactly what that means. Are they better or worse than Goff? The fact is, in order to get one of those top 8 quarterbacks, and I argue that Goff is right there at number 8, in order to get one of those guys, you got to spend serious capital or you got to lose an ass load of games. Yep. You got to be picking early or you got to move that capital. I love the Burrow to Detroit idea, but what's that going to cost?
Right.
What's that going to cost?
At what expense? Right.
So, hey, Jared Goff has been the second best quarterback I've ever seen as a Lions fan, you know? And realistically, as a Lion, he's been better than Matt Stafford was. That's a fact.
I agree.
That's an absolute fact. So be careful what you wish for, guys. Another 20 years? I mean, shit, look at what Caleb is doing. That Caleb is silencing what? 40 years of terrible quarterback play, and it's really longer than that because Jim McMahon wasn't a great quarterback. He just won a Super Bowl for them there. Let's get back to the Super Chats here. You guys want to get them in? I will hook you guys up. Chuck Long. Iowa's Heisman, yeah. Eric Kramer. Steve Camolo. Now, that one goes before me. I don't even know that name. Goff was good with the Rams, but they still traded him because they knew he was not a winner. Well, we're getting a fair dose of that here in Detroit, learning that firsthand ourselves here. Bring back Joey Blue Skies, says Speak Life 20. Trey Finesse, once again, Goff has a game every season where he doesn't show up, and the Rams got rid of him for a reason. We are stuck with Goff whether you want him or not, so let's move on past that for now. Nerf, number 84, the Nerf herder out there. Stafford has a ring. Case closed. D-Rays 813 says tie Detroit for Ben Johnson. I'm not sure what that means, Kevin B. Sell the team, says Nicholas. Been a while since I heard that one. Those that hold season ticket holders season tickets, holder seats should be pissed as hell. Yeah, I mean, but not really, because if you sold them, you made money and you got to go for free because your tickets were so expensive. 1,000 of you guys still watching strong. Please smash that like button, guys. I don't know if you know this, but we are right on the precipice of hitting 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I think you guys understand what a major moment that is for us, and we are right on the doorstep sitting at 99,000 plus. We can't thank you guys enough for it. Do us a favor right now. Share this stream. Share this network this week. If you love a show, if it's BDE, if it's the morning show, maybe it's Braylon or it's the heavies, give it a share. Let your people in Michigan know. You know we got the best content. It's homegrown, Detroit sports, by Detroiters, for Detroiters, and truly we cannot thank you guys enough. You are the reason that we are about to knock over that major, major milestone. It's absolutely amazing. Keep the super chats coming in. And once again, guys, you're going to get that free Kate Cunningham rookie card, and you get a couple other cards as well. Let's go back to the chat here. D Rays 813. If Stafford gets another ring this year, what a mistake, Lions fans. Well, D Rays, it's not about a mistake. The guy didn't want to be here. I mean, this team probably looks the same as the old school Lions, right? Because you don't get the trades. You don't get the multitude of players that you got in here for Stafford. If Stafford even wanted to stay, what are you using to get all of the players that turn this team around? Now, is it Ben Johnson 2 years later that can all of a sudden tap into Stafford? Because I don't think Stafford needed to be tapped into. This franchise needed bodies. They needed talent. And that's what Stafford brought us. Stafford wouldn't have brought this many good seasons to you. It was the trade and the capital and the players that resulted out of that. Why we're so in love and have had so much fun with this team for the last 4 years.
Yes, and I feel like a big part of that success also has been the continuity of that stellar core that we do have that has strung together, 3-4 winning seasons in a row here now.
Yeah, I agree, man. Speak Life 20 Golf doesn't know how the pump fake works. Bro, freaking stop getting the ball bad in the line. So infuriating.
So true, though.
Yeah. He really does. He had those back-to-back on that crucial drive getting knocked down.
And how many more times can he telegraph a pass to Amon-Ra? Really?
I mean, he looked him down the whole way. The Bears going to kill us, Lions 1 DT says. It seems like that, considering the way we're playing, considering the way they're playing. Still a division rivalry game. There's so much machismo at stake in that game. They've taken our division from us. They've absolutely embarrassed us and flipped our whole world upside down. This is an opportunity to get them back. Because if I'm not mistaken, if Green Bay wins out, they still have an opportunity to win the division. I could be wrong, but we'll see what happens. I think that the Lions, I think that they go in there and they put up a fight. I don't know if they have a chance to win or if they do win, but I think that they put up a fight. I do have a question I wrote down, and it said if they lose in parentheses. You already know the answer, right? But does Dan sit and protect his players after Sewell and Amon-Ra's injuries in this game, or do they go out full blast, full salvo, and play spoiler? I think we already know the answer. I think we all know that Dan is going in there, guns blazing, trying to get a final win, trying to have a over 500 season, and trying to piss in Ben's porridge. Where are you at on that? What do you think they'll do, and what would you do, Cam?
I personally would sit them. I mean, we've watched Penei Sewell banged up all season. We watched the rush game decline following Penei Sewell's, health conditions and whatnot. Amon-Ra, luckily we didn't see him drop a pass today, but he's been dropping passes all season. So uncharacteristic. I hear where you're coming from in terms of finishing with a winning season. For me, I just feel like we got to emphasize preparedness next season. That includes depth. That includes, getting healthy again and retaining these superstars and allow them to flourish and excel on the field like they once did. We've seen them do it. But that ain't going to happen if they're banged up all season long.
Yeah.
So
Somebody asked
That's
for it.
what
We
I
need
wanna
a
see.
new strength and conditioning coach, man. The injury bug. It'd be nice to see a full season without major injuries on both sides of the ball. Florida, 1289. Bears have no shot at beating Detroit. It will be a clean sweep. Well, I hope so, because the rest of the division swept us. Meathead Dan not sitting anyone. He would rather risk injury. That's why your team is losers. R is head coach uses emotion over logic. Say shit city. That's an interesting username. Say shit city. Chicago. Did I do it right?
Say Shy City.
Say shit city. Chicago.
Say shit
Did I do
city?
it right? What do you guys think of this one here? It's very bad. To mess with Joe Boo's rum.
They
baby.
got to be able to read the whole thing, though. Yes. It's very bad.
Had to bust out the Serrano sweater. Keep them in, guys coming in. I want to know, like, what do you? What would you do? I think we all know Dan's
What would
going to
you
march
do,
him out.
Anson? What?
Brother, you got such a pull right now. Because I know fans hate when I say this, but when they originally sat down with Spielman and Sheila and everybody said, let's have winning season after winning season after winning season. 9-8 is another winning season. And that's something that you can sell to head coach or assistant coaches and to season ticket holders and even depending free agents. We win here. This is what we do. You know, and in 8 years, if you've got 8 straight winning seasons, even if some are 9-8 and some are 15-2, that is a feather in your cap. It's not going to make the people at home feel any better, but I believe that the franchise wants 9-8. I believe that Dan, Machismo Dan, Big Dick Dan, Dick Measuring Dan, which is I think what they got into this offseason, instead of going out and being like, I'm going to hire guys that make you forget about Ben, he hired guys that make us miss Ben. And I think that he's going to get into that machismo again. That ego is going to come out, and they are going to want to beat Chicago. But, I mean, everybody in Detroit, we all want to see that game. We want to see them beat them. We want to see us end on a high note. Problem is nobody wants to see Penei Sewell go down. Nobody wants to see a team down by 13 with 30 seconds left, and then Amon-Ra St. Brown go down. So I think that he's in a tough spot right now when you consider all the injuries, and that's all that people think about in this city that are Lions fans over the last 2 years. He's got a major decision on his hands. If I'm Brad, I'm saying, hey, sit these boys. Take the L. It's not a big deal. We get a better schedule. And a better draft pick.
Plus, we couldn't beat the Vikings, who were playing a third-string quarterback with those dudes on the field. So, what makes us think we're going to go into Chicago and run game there with those guys in there? They're done, man.
Because we won 55-22, Cam, in week 2.
Yeah.
In week damn 2. Get a defense. You see, it didn't matter who played quarterback for Vikings. B.W. You're right, man. There's so much focus on it being the greatest show on tire turf, because it's not even turf. It's weird-ass tired. Honestly, like, they're so infatuated with this offense that they neglect the defense. Oh, and then they forgot about the offensive line. Because to me, they had to have known that the Ragnow retirement was impending, and you got to go out and you got to make a move for that. Like, why you don't bring Zeitler back for the price tag that it cost is beyond me. NFL is rigged, says Gumby. This is true. Where is Maz TJ Hewitt? Man, I love that guy. Maz will be here in the morning, and Sean will be back as well. So make sure you're here joining us 8 a.m. for the Baligian in the morning show with Maz. Rando says Kyle Allen is next.
I do think there might be a Kyle Allen sighting.
Could it be? Would he be starting this weekend? Are you down for that? Are you excited for a Kyle Allen start?
I don't think he's going to be starting, but I think we might see an appearance, though.
It's not going to happen, folks. We aren't making the playoffs. Need to get some better players in free agency, trade, draft, etc. for our O-line and D-line. Amen. Zach from Ontario. Might be from Canada, but you know your football, brother. How
about Hutch, though? How about Hutch with 2 sacks?
Yeah, he got home.
AQM
got
sacks.
home. You know, it's the crazy thing to me is those 2 guys are in the top 12 of sacks. Maybe it was our interior defensive line that needed more help. I will say this, Tyleek was about 6 inches away from his first sack today. Bosmer was able to just get back to the line of scrimmage. Common sense, Anson, Bears already made the playoffs. They don't care. Yeah, but the Bears will be playing to try and get that 1 seed and to play at home. So they do care. And they will be marching their guys out. It's whether or not the Lions care enough to risk their guys for next season. And I just think that Dan does not care, man. I think that Dan is going to be making sure that we end this season as good as possible. And I know that he'd love to beat his old buddy there. McNeil has lost 2. Evil Foster, Liam has just absolutely looked like nothing. Eric Sutherland watching this game was like the hippie hit on a loop. Shogun Shua, we're going to use whether we play our starters or not. Use meth? Or use what? What will you be using after that game? No, I think that we will be using, we're going to be putting the starters out. Tyleek got a sack. Did they count that as a sack? This is on the radio. I was driving in when that happened and said that he had just gone back to the line of scrimmage. Shout out Tyleek, first-round draft pick with your first sack of the season. Goff is done. Loyalty doesn't win games. Stats don't win either. Adam back hot. Well, we said the same thing about Matt Stafford while he was here. We were loyal to him. He had heart, and he had real big stats. But you guys chased him out of town, and he wanted to get the hell out of here. So remember that. Careful what you wish for, guys. Divorces are often ugly. You guys wanted to get rid of Joe Dumars. Look what happened after that. 20 years, 15 plus years of obscurity and a guy that's a legend here in Detroit that doesn't want to come back to our great city. Dan Campbell sucks calling plays, B.W. You ain't wrong about that. I think that he's capable of it if that was all that he was doing. And even then, I don't think that he's that skilled at it. I think that when you had an offensive line as good as we had some years ago with a great emerging offense, no target on your back and not playing that good of teams, you got away with it. It was glaring how overwhelmed and how there was way too much on Dan's plate this year. Merry Christmas to everyone. That's from Jay Washington. Merry Christmas back to you. Stafford had no weapons, said Adam Backhot. I can't really agree with that one. You sound a bit salty when you talk about the Bears. No, I don't at all. I'm a little surprised. I know what's going to happen to your team. I know how good your team actually is, and I know how good your quarterback actually isn't. So I'm not salty, to be quite honest with you. I am salty that the Rams might win another championship, though. Boo them kids. Boo them kids. Lions still suck, James Robinson. Lions are last place, Windy City Investor Podcast. That's correct. You are quite astute in your observation. That GED is doing you quite well, my friend. My mere thoughts. It's a $5 super chat. It's room on the Bears bandwagon, fellas. Oh, yeah, they got all kinds of room because that bandwagon was fucking empty for a lot of years, boys. Plenty of room and plenty of nail polish on that bandwagon.
Dumb Bears.
If Dan plays the starters, that will point another finger at how effing dumb he is. Shogun Shua. Yes, Jared Goff played so well today. R.I.P. Magic Johnson. I hope that that's not real. What? R.I.P. Magic Johnson. What the fuck is that? Are you guys...
I don't know anything about that.
Somebody please make sure that that's not real. Amon-Ra gonna want to come to the Bears after playing with Goff this year. Well, James Robinson, maybe you don't understand how committed he is to the city of Detroit. That man is going nowhere. Anson, bench the guy to your left. Hell no, my man. This is the fucking VIP. This is, well, not the VIP. That guy just left. Spenmo, shout out. This is the rookie of the year. This is our audio guy, and he got thrown into the chair last minute. So, Cam, tell me,
Yes.
who's your favorite Lions player of all time?
Favorite Lions player all time. It's got to be Barry Sanders, brother.
Oh, hell yeah.
Barry Sanders.
Mine too.
I mean, as much exhilaration he instilled into me as like a young man, I mean, quite parallel to Gibbs in the explosiveness and the home run hitter. You know, every time you touch the ball, you never
And
knew
the
what was going to happen.
humble flip
Yep.
at the end.
Yep.
That was
always act like he been there.
And this guy acts like he's been there. You are a humble flipper, man. For real. Like, you in here working all the time, here for shifts that aren't yours, in early, stay late, always doing awesome stuff, man. Magic is fine. That's some evil shit to say. Thank you, my mere thoughts. That is some evil shit to say.
I just checked I just checked the 4-letter network. There ain't nothing.
Okay, thank
reported.
God, bro.
Yeah.
Good work, Cam. Anson, join us, Bear fans. Just have to say, da catfish, and you're in, my man. Like, literally, like, you've never had a cool team out of Chicago. You literally had the NBA bending the rules to Jordan's will. Okay, the 85 Bears were cool. You had Sweetness. You had Refrigerator Perry, Mike Singleton, Richard Dent, McMahon. You had some cool guys on that team. But what the fuck have you had since? Derrick Rose. That's the only cool thing that you've had. I guess you do stuff in hockey at some point, but I don't get into ice soccer. I do get into Doug English, Rando Smalls. Do you know Doug English? The Doug Ing, the amazing DJ in Detroit here for a couple decades now. Anson, how do you think Stick is feeling right now? Looks like he needs his Alka-Seltzer. Steve, baby, him and I are locked in right now in a fantasy championship in our Dynasty League. And common sense here just must have a crush on me. Anson, making a fool out of myself, and yet here you are watching me, just tuning in to watch. I love it. I love it. It must be the sweater.
Love it. We all love it. Appreciate it. Shout out. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate y'all.
Benny Blades was pretty good. Gromit, that's my second favorite of all time. I actually got a chance to know Benny a little bit. Benny was the man. Detroit Lions never won a Super Bowl, Anson. Oh, no shit. We've never been to one. Maybe if only you had some common sense, dum-dum. If you're going to say dumb shit, I'm not going to read anymore. You were pretty good earlier on. Now you're embarrassing yourself. Brad doesn't know real Lions fans. He should have threw all the cards on the table and made a move at the trade deadline. We real fans will take one Super Bowl now and go back to obscurity. He did say absurdity. Absurdity. It is absurdity. I think you actually meant to say that instead of obscurity. Absurdity. I love that. My mere thoughts with the $2 super chat. Jared Goff isn't the poster boy for cool. He's got a hot girl. He's pretty cool. And he's a Cali boy. He lost some cool today. He lost some major cool points today.
Shout out to Tesla, though, getting it done with that tutty.
Tesla
That was a
got the redo.
little silver lining there.
The touchdown high ball redo from last week. He caught the wrong one, though, man. He needed to catch that one last week. Man. Easier schedule next year now, says Bogey Time. What's the fuck has Detroit ever had Raz FC 3U guy? Tell me you've never traveled out of your own state without telling me. It's so funny how people are stuck in this 1994 narrative of Detroit. Like, bro, have you even left your own county at home? Like, by the way, your mom keeps bitching to me. She wants you out of the basement, so you can't keep sleeping in. You probably should get off social media and get some sleep, because you're going to get fired. You keep showing up late, dog. Like, she mad. Tesla, the shit. Tesla looked great today, man. Honestly, like, he's taking a lot of flack as a player. Brad's taking more flack for giving up 3 of those third-round picks to get him This guy has shown flashes, though, where he could truly be a game-breaking wide receiver.
Yes, and we've seen it. I mean, he has what, like 6-7 touchdowns this season? He gets up there. He finishes. He completely threw his entire body out in that end zone today. And he took it and the wind knocked out of him to get that touchdown. He was one of the few players that fought on that field.
Dan McGill with the $5 super chat. Remember when Stick told Packer fans, see you in the playoffs? I don't think Dan's from Michigan. He's holding one of those Wisconsin receipts. It's okay. I mean, listen, guys. The same thing that you guys had to say in February is the same thing that we're going to be telling you guys in January. Like, neither the Bears or the Packers are winning the NFC. They're certainly not winning the Super Bowl. Listen, SOL until they win an NFC championship. Brian Brady, my man. Be careful who you say that around. You might get shot. People don't like hearing that, but it's the truth, man. Listen, it is the same old Lions outcome until we get to a Super Bowl. Everything else we've seen, whether it's one, whether it's 2 Super Bowl victories or playoff victories, or whether you just get there and don't win at all, we've seen that all. It's the Super Bowl that will change that narrative. Not the SOL. Let's be real. The front office is way different now. Ghost cookie. And that is the argument. And you have a point. And I think that all Lions fans, as much as we've had this same outcome, this bad taste in our mouth, so many damn seasons, decades worth, that we do know and we do see and recognize how different things are here. Got the number 1 tickets in the NFL. I don't think that's going to change next year.
No.
This team misses the playoffs. Hell, they lose next week and they go 8-9 on the season. I still think we'll be a top 3 ticket in the NFL. You have one of the top 3 offenses in the NFL, and now it's up to your staff to go and get yourself a defense. That's all they got to do. Another sideless super chat here, $5. Tesla has more TDs at 6 than Amon-Ra's rookie year of 5 and J-Mo's first 2 seasons combined. He's going to be a monster. That draft pick was worth it. The draft picks were worth it. Shout out Sideless. He's going to get a couple more spots in that random wheel. If you don't know, if you didn't hear, I got a Cade Cunningham rookie. I'll even let somebody from Chicago win it. You just got to get your super chats in there. You will get on the wheel, guys. You know what? I'm going to just let you talk here for a minute.
Yeah.
While I update the wheel here, I'll give you a topic.
Yeah, what you got?
What do I have for you here?
At least we do have the Pistons. Shout out, Michigan Go Blue. At least we got the Pistons now.
Keep reading the chat. Catch us up on that. I'm going to catch us up on the super
Not
chat.
only
Get
do
that
we-
wheel going.
Not only do we have the Pistons, but we also have those Red Wings as well. Gibson on a 8-game winning streak right now. Mo Sider is beginning to harness a new nickname here. Noritz Cider.
All right, we're not going hockey today, bud. Stick to the super chat. Stick to just keep reading some chats there.
I know. I was just going.
I know you're a hockey guy.
Detroit sports. I mean, we could do a little Pistons talk also here.
Michigan
Pistons
Go
look
Blue.
good.
You just read that one, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
got that
good
Michigan
stuff.
Go Blue. Pistons will be on the ticket next Christmas. You can guarantee.
That's right.
Already know. Merry Christmas, Mishanuga. Merry Christmas to you as well. Hope you had a lovely one. Don't let this Lions loss bring you down too much. Keep it joyful, jubilant. We'll be all right. We still got Chicago. And an off season to rebuild and restructure. Ain't no thing. Cali boy came out with gloves on in cold weather. I knew it was an L that week. Yup. What's going to happen in Chicago?
Anybody going to Chicago for that game? Let us know in the chat if you are. Keep coming there, Cam.
Yep. Who's coming out of Chicago? Let's see where are people tuning in from? That's always a fun one.
Yeah, it is. Let us know where you're at, guys.
Yeah.
Hit us in the super chat if you want to get in for this card, but let us know where you're at. Cam's going to keep reading
Fire
your chats
Dan,
while I catch up on this wheel
trade
here.
Goof. Goff looks scared. Confidence is gone. Can't win with that attitude. Cannot. Goff is soft. Goff did look pretty soft today, though. I did see a few scrambles where he looked well on the rollout. Tesla saved him quite a bit. Fire Brad. Key West. Shout out Key West.
Nice. Man, you guys got the super chats coming in.
Northwest
Appreciate
Missouri, Arizona. Chi-Town in the building, of course. Owasso. Savannah, Georgia.
Georgia in the
Man,
house.
down south sounds lovely right now.
Yeah, send us some of that damn.
7 Mile. Shout out 7 Mile. I see you, Cindy. Dallas. Big D. Mere thoughts. Are you going to read my last super? My bad. Did I miss that?
All right, let me catch up here. Anthony Belmer, we did. DJ Analyst Silas. You know, I wasn't even mad. I wasn't upset. I wasn't even annoyed today. I was accepting, and afterwards I was happy it was over. That O-line, man. Base DJ Ren, we already read that one. Alec G. First half of season, Lion averaged 30-plus minute time of possession on offense. Second half, only one game with 30-plus minutes. Lions' second biggest problem is all the coaches lost. No doubt. I agree with that. Silas, I should have known every single time the Vikings are eliminated to become might supermen and overcome everything to ruin their draft. This is true. I ain't saying that. I've been watching for 25 years. I'm 31. This does not feel like SOL. You knew SOL wasn't going to look in the mirror. I feel and hope this regime will do that. That's a good point. I ain't say that because those guys kept denying that things were wrong, and we kind of heard that from this regime this year. The just insistence that they were good. They have to own up to this year, this offseason. Caseville Country Boy, Anson, give me a good reason not to start Kyle Allen. There isn't a good reason. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of fans that would be happy about it, but what if you put Jared Goff out there in the last game of the season that means nothing and he tears his Achilles or he blows out his ACL? And now what are you looking at in 2026? We don't know what the Panay Sewell thing is. I'd love somebody to super chat us and get us an update. Maybe you can help us out with that, Cameron, if there's an update on Panay Sewell. But he looked pretty hurt. I think that St. Brown's going to be fine. But Casey Stewart, 7551, says coaching is a major issue. I agree. I think we caught up most with this. We're good guys. Brad's philosophy tonight, not mortgage the future, but continuously draft and sign hurt and experimental players will have him unemployed by week 8 next year.
Here goes Mere Thoughts. Detroit is known for forcing Barry Sanders and Megatron into early retirement. Stafford was spared by the Rams. LOL.
You found it?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it was spared by the Rams. Tesla has, we already read that one. And, yeah. Hey, guys. It's all love. My mere thoughts. I only win at Detroit Sports after you trashed our legends. Good show, fellas. Chi-Town. Hey, man, honestly, you've been so cool in here. I didn't even know that you were Chicago. Congrats to your team. You guys have had a hell of a season, and it's been a long time. You guys haven't had the drought that we have had, but it's been a long time for Chicago fans to have a really great football team. And respect. I got to throw it to you guys. You guys have had a nice run this year. I think that you guys are going to get exposed in the playoffs, but I know that you are enjoying your holidays right now with your first place team. Guys, we are just at an hour now, and I know that you guys got families to get back to. They're probably yelling at you for watching us. We do appreciate you guys watching us. Talk to them for a minute while I get these cards ready.
Anthony, I just checked the old interwebs there to see if we can get any injury update on our friend Panay Sewell. Do not find anything as of now. Do not find anything. If the chat knows anything, please hook us up. We would love to hear. Mere Thoughts, Super Chat. It's all love. I only went at Detroit Sports after you trashed our legends. Good show, fellas. Hashtag Chi-Town.
All right, guys, here it is. Last chance to get in on this. I am going to run the actually my mere thoughts. I need to get these last three in here for you. Last thoughts on the Lions before we come back tomorrow. Again, we'll have the morning show with Sean Baligian and Maz. That starts at 8 o'clock. Then at 11 BDE, you already know Neil is going to be absolutely fired up for that one. Then it's Braylon and Shep. It'll actually be me and Justin. Justin will be melting down. I will be trying to tell him it's all right. And I'll probably give something away tomorrow as well, since it'll be the two of us. And then, of course, the heavies will send you to your weekend. No Lions games this weekend, but we do return the following weekend. Once again, we'll be down at second best for the pregame with Neil and Sean, and then the watch party at Gillies along with the postgame at Gillies. Make sure you come down and say goodbye to the Lions season. Give it a good goodbye and a good end with your boys at Woodward. Mere thoughts. Let me just throw these in here real quick. All right, guys. I'm going to turn this around. It's a big wheel. I got 160 of you in here. I'm going to shuffle it 4 times because it's my number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Clicking to spin it here, guys. One of you is taking this Cade Cunningham rookie home, along with a Desmond Howard rookie and a Barry Sanders card. The name's going to come up. Michigander.
Michigander. Congrats. Merry
I know
Christmas.
you're a secret Michigander. You weren't even in here for this show, but he did throw the money in during the watch party. Shout out. These cards are coming home to you. I believe, Mason Leach, I still have your address somewhere, but if you want to send it over to me, Anson at woodwardsports.com, shoot it over to me, and I'll get this out to you so that you've got these cards by the new year, my friend. Appreciate all of you guys. Please share all the streams this week. We are right on the precipice of 100,000 followers on YouTube, and we can thank
Hit that
only
subscribe
you
button.
guys.
Mishanuga, 199 super chat. It was a bad season, but this org is legit. No worries.
Man, we appreciate you. And our fans, our listeners, you guys are legit as hell, and you guys are the ones that keep us up here for almost 6 years now. And again, almost to 100,000 followers on YouTube. Please smash that like button, and please have a beautiful night. Merry Christmas to all of you.
Peace, y'all. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.